Another 10 games.
No,
Going what?
That's not how we start.
What do you mean?
Hi, welcome to
That's
Shelf or
also not how we start. Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. This is Shelf or Sell.
We are putting 5 games on the garbage pile. / not garbage. They're just going to be regifted. And then 5 games are staying on our shelf.
We
and then
are
we have 1 game in the middle.
Going through our entire collection. And because we're content creators in this space, that means there's constantly games coming and going. Alex and I were looking at the numbers. If you don't know who that is, that's Board Game Co. We're looking at the numbers, and we need to play 100 new games every year just to keep up.
And then that doesn't count the backlog of the 400 games that are in our collection that are unplayed.
So this series should have a few long legs.
Yes.
That being said, let's go ahead and break down everything that's going and staying this week. And we always have a game that's in the middle that we follow up with a gameplay, with a review, something we're conflicted on, and we want to see the audience's interpretation.
King's Dilemma.
King's Dilemma, specifically the King's Dilemma. Now, Shira, let me talk to you about the
Yes.
premise of this game.
Yes.
This is going to be a game that is all about the kind of journey of your kingdom. Your various different nobles fighting and squabbling over this realm, and the decisions you make from series to series unlocks and bridges this story that you're telling. I've played this once.
Sounds like another Oath, and sounds like I'm not going to like it.
It's not quite like Oath. I've played this once, and the biggest crux I had with the group that I was with is I really loved the story, but wasn't convinced on the mechanics.
Okay.
But I need to reapproach it now, understanding that the mechanics aren't... You need to play thematically to what the story is telling you to do. Not trying to win every single bout or every single squabble, but instead watching the kingdom unfold. I know a lot of people that love this game. I know a lot of people that are conflicted on this game. I really want to give it a shot. I want to give it a shot with a group of people, and I want to commit to a series of games on it. So, it's here in the middle. I like this company a lot. I like this game. I like the writing, the lore.
I'm
There's
dubious about it. We have so many games that have story behind them and that we're in the middle of. I know you're...
So let me know down below. Have you played through the King's Dilemma? What was your experience like? How many players did you have? How long did it take you? I'd like to know. If there's an audience out there that wants to see us dig into this game, that's certainly on the table. So, setting that off to the side...
Riftforce. Capstone Games.
Yeah, this is a little pocket-sized lane battling game. You're doing your very best to control different elements.
You have a deck, 4 different elements, and you are playing numbers into a lane, and you're trying to deal damage to the other person. First person to 12 or something, a certain amount of damage wins.
Yeah, it's
cute. We picked it up at Gen Con this year.
We've probably played 6-7 games of it, and since we finished playing 6 or 7 games of it, we haven't asked for it again. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, we're weeding through a shelf of piles and piles of small box games. I like small box games. They don't take a lot of footprint, but when you have about 100 of them, they don't take a big footprint.
You mean space?
Yeah, that's you never heard that term before?
No. That's not a term.
It's definitely a term.
Not.
Leave a comment down below. Is taking up a big footprint or something along those lines a term? This game does not have a big footprint. That's the terminology.
Okay.
But when you have 100 of them, they do start to add up, and Riftforce is going to be the first on kind of that lineup that we've kind of had our fill of it. Neither of us are asking for it. I was hoping for more from it. I enjoyed the plays that I've had, but I'm not gravitating back to it, and so... I
think Alex likes it more than we are, and he's got a copy, so you can always go play it over there.
I just don't see this ever coming off of our shelf in the game room.
Orle'ans.
This is an absolutely fabulous game.
This is a game that is on your grail list, right? The upgraded, deluxeified...
So this is not a game that's on my grail list.
No?
No, this one's not a game that's on my grail list. This is an absolutely fabulous game. Do you remember playing not Resurgence? I keep forgetting the name. The game that had the bag building.
Yes.
Post-apocalyptic. Do you remember the name?
Resurgence.
Is it Resurgence?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I always doubt it. It's the post-apocalyptic bag building style game. That's what this game is, sure.
Okay.
This kind of set the foundation and the groundwork for that style of gameplay.
You're not doing the obnoxious glare.
No, this one doesn't have much reflection on it, so it does a lot less glare. This is going to be that concept, right? So you're building out your bag full of workers. It's a Euro-style game, worker placement game. You're playing them down onto a track. You're growing to like Euros.
I am.
It's got great bag building mechanics, and you enjoyed that in Resurgence.
So we're keeping it.
This one is leaving. This one is leaving, specifically.
This one is leaving.
This one is leaving.
Don't you like it? It's a fantastic game.
I do like it. I do like it a lot.
Okay, so I get rid of it. Bye-bye
Orle'ans
game.
is leaving, and... Oh, the next game that is staying is going to be Orle'ans.
Is this the deluxeified one?
This is the deluxeified one.
You're so dorky.
Here's the thing. This game is amazing. I don't need 2 copies of it. I especially don't need a copy without the deluxe components now that we have them. We had a supporter here on the channel that saw my Grail list. The bags are not actually deluxeified. This is the bit that's deluxeified.
I know, but these bags are nice and shiny.
Well, sure.
And soft.
The upgraded coins, and specifically the thing that makes these games stand out is going to be the wooden upgraded components. You could also get acrylic ones, I believe, from Meeple Source, but this makes bag building games where you're drawing from something and placing things down.
Decent.
Really,
Decent chunk.
really amazing.
I'll give it a shot.
You also have wooden components. It's a fantastic game. It's never leaving our collection.
No.
And this version is the one that's going to be sticking around.
Okay. Here's another game that will be sticking around. Zombicide. Dead of the Night.
Sticking around?
Yeah, Zombicide. All Zombicides stay here.
That's not how this works.
That's how this works.
We kind of established the hierarchy of Zombicide as like we each get 1 core and then maybe we share Marvel.
So...
I only have the small box of this because I'm going to be honest, I had a friend here about a month and a half ago, and I already sent them home with the big core box, and I stumbled across this on the way. This is one of the Zombicides that it just didn't work.
Which season is this one from?
This is not a season. This is a one-shot scenario, kind of a standalone straight-to-reader tale of Night of the Living Dead. It's based off of a TV kind of IP.
But look at that girl. Look at the girl with the chainsaw. I want to play as her.
Yeah, the game, you know the one issue that we have with some of the newer Zombicide games has consistently been...
It's not hard enough.
They're not hard enough. They're a little bit fiddly. They changed some of the rules that kind of let you have agency or choice kind of over the scenario, and we haven't loved the stories of them, right? Mm-hmm. This is one that kind of leaned into every single one of those principles. Mm-hmm. It's a IP cycle taken specifically to kind of go to retail and get people into the Zombicide franchise that maybe weren't used to it. Gotcha. So it doesn't have any of the history of Black Plague in it.
Fine.
And
Black
when
Plague is staying.
When I got it to the table, I kind of questioned myself. Then I checked a lot of the reviews, and I confirmed what I'd speculated. This isn't a Zombicide game for Zombicide fans, necessarily. It's a Zombicide game for people who are new getting into Zombicide.
Then another game that's going places.
Another game that's going places.
Yes, another game that is leaving our collection. There's Everdell. Everdell can go away.
Everdell's fantastic.
Everdell can go bye-bye.
Everdell and all of its expansions are absolutely staying in the collection. I will use a hard veto on this one if I need to.
When have you played it last?
Probably 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have.
No, do you know what coordinated with like maybe 8 months ago?
I don't know what coordinated with 8 months ago.
What happened maybe 8 months ago?
8 months ago? It's January. 8 months ago would have been April.
Yeah.
Passover.
It was... Okay, so is it not quite that? It's like 7-ish months ago.
Shavuot?
Uh-huh.
The cheese holiday that you
Shira and I started talking about 7 months ago. And someone doesn't like Everdell. So when it comes to game groups that I have to get this to the table, I have few and far between at the moment. But this game is absolutely fantastic. It's
3 months to get it to the table.
It's a worker placement game. I can play this solo. That's easy.
Go for it.
That's super easy for me to do.
Get it to the table and do a video on it.
Great. Sold.
3 months or it goes.
It is
every single expansion.
No,
it takes up an entire cube.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
This is a fantastic worker placement game and tableau building game where you have these adorable little wooden creatures that are spilling out on the table. Every expansion adds little modules, and my preferred way to play is actually with all expansions mixed in together. However, the rulebook states you're not supposed to do that. So there's an argument we need to have around that concept. I don't know why you don't like Everdell.
The only thing I like about it are the little squishy berries.
What don't you like about it, though?
I don't like that you cannot predict what cards you're going to get. The resources are tight. It's not satisfying to make your mates on the little area that you're built. I've played this like 4 times. I think that's satisfactory enough to not like it. The artwork, I should like it. That's the problem. I should like it. The artwork is gorgeous.
Are you going to give it another shot with me or no?
If you get it to the table...
Is it in the top 100?
I hope not. If you get it to the table within the next 3 months, I will give it one more shot to say goodbye.
Everdell's staying. Everdell's amazing. There is no way.
What's this? This looks like a box you built.
This is not a box I built. One day I hope to be building boxes for all of our games like this.
I mean, it's
just
good
a little bit
it's
more
good craftsmanship
Yeah,
on the sides.
I don't actually like the sliding lid.
You do sliding lids on yours.
I did on the first one, but I hope to not do that permanently because I find this sliding lid to be a little bit bothersome to open, close, get everything organized. It doesn't fit everything either. I don't know. This is Flick 'em Up. Flick 'em Up is going to be a game that I ordered back when I first got into the hobby space. It is a dexterity game where you're cowboys and Indians. You set up your little troop. You can maneuver around. You can flick from region to region. Why are you passing it to me?
It's going bye-bye.
That's the wrong side.
Oh, my side. Oh.
But, I mean, if she wants to keep it, we can certainly consider that.
No, it's dexterity.
I have had fun with Flick 'em Up. I have not had a blast with Flick 'em Up, and I almost never play by the hardcore rules. It's just been in the collection too long. I haven't got it to the table consistently enough. I'm keeping Catacombs. I can't justify holding on to the other dexterity games that I really want to love.
So Flick of Faith could also go places, right?
No, Flick of Faith I actually really like.
Oh, I see.
That's not one of those that I'm not convinced on yet. Flick of Faith is excellent.
Let's talk about a game that is never going anywhere.
You just got this in.
I know, because I had gifted my copy
to
someone who really liked it.
You did. You were desperately begged for your copy, and you did give it to them.
This is a chaotic mess of a game where you are building up a castle and enemies are coming every single round to destroy you. And the goal of the game is not to win. The goal of the game is to survive better than your opponents. You want your castle to be beat up on less than your opponents. You're slowly going to be building it from wood to stone. You're going to be getting people. It's a worker placement. It's glorious. The art is fantastic.
If you're curious
so much fun.
What the name of the game is.
It's After the Empire.
Yeah, those of you that are driving a truck and just listening to this, it's After the Empire by Grey Fox Games. I am not as convinced on this game as you are.
I love it. It's so much fun.
But
it's so chaotic.
Alex, Jan loved this game. I want to play it again. We have another copy now.
Yay.
We haven't had a copy for probably 4 or 5 months in the collection.
Yeah.
Let's get it to the table again soon.
Deal.
Cool.
Goes on your side because it's staying.
Goes on my side because it is staying. And now all the games that are left...
You need to hand me Riftforce. Riftforce is going.
...are over here. Oh. Robinson Crusoe. There is a deluxified copy of this on the way. This is going to be from Portal Games. This game... It is a cooperative game where you're kind of Robinson on an island.
I don't know who Robinson is.
He's stranded on an island, basically, doing his very best to scrounge for resources.
Is he a book?
It's a book. Scrounge for resources. That's been translated into a lot of other IPs. He's probably the most famous island dweller.
Cool.
But in this game, you're going to be working together, stranded on an island, doing your very best to explore that island, craft gear, upgrade your items, and slowly figure out how to survive on the island, dealing with extremes like extreme weather and extreme items. This is a game that I have played a few times. I really like it. It's very compelling.
I did that so I could see the back.
I saw. I really like this game. It's very compelling. However,
story based, right?
No, well, here's the two things. It's scenario based, not story based. But it's also really brutal. You could lose because a wildebeest or a boar runs out of the woods, breaks your leg, and you just can't, do anything else anymore, right? The weather conditions, the extremes in this game make it a really conflicted game for a lot of people. It's a little bit more complicated as you get to more advanced levels, but I really liked the puzzle of it when I was playing it. I think it's one that you and I would enjoy digging into. And so this is staying in the collection, and I want to get it to the table with you soon.
All right. I'm excited. I want to learn about this.
Okay.
I'd be interested in even reading the book, honestly. It wasn't one I grew up with. Pachkuna.
This is actually a sad one for me. This is a game that we did a preview of.
I remember
back in the day. I backed this one.
You are changing tiles so that you can guide your llama through the wilderness.
You're doing your very best to kind of route build, get your llama wool to different locations.
I love the theme. I love the art, and I wanted to like it more.
The gameplay was decent. The gameplay was really good. I enjoyed it, and I am sad that I have to get rid of this game. But this is one of those that I got a prototype copy in that had everything built and everything arranged and everything perfect, and I really I liked that prototype copy, and I would still play that prototype copy. But in the copy that was sent out, you have
to do a lot of building because it's all double double layered.
They have double-sided tape. and every single piece.
Oh, that's annoying.
Let me find where it is. I understand why they did it, because they wanted to be as like production friendly and economic friendly as possible.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But every piece has its own double layer, right? And so you have to go through and find piece 45, find sticker 45, put the sticker on the piece, put the piece on the tile, and make sure they're all tight and as perfectly fitted as possible. I did not understand that was how the game was going to be arriving, and I'm going to be honest, you are too like nitpicky.
Yeah.
You're too much of a perfectionist to do that. I am too sloppy to do it in a way that will make the game functional for me. And I just don't see myself actually getting to the point where this gets off the shelf and gets crafted and made.
Barrier to entry.
It is. This is a big barrier to entry for me. And so I backed the game. While I really love the artwork and I thought the gameplay was really good, I'm going to pass it on to someone who will take the time to put it together because they'll enjoy it a lot more than me. It's the same concept of like building miniatures. Kingdom Death. I don't build any of my minis, right? I have solutions to that. Anything that puts a barrier between me and the game. Sagrada.
This is such a pretty game.
Oh, it's so good. This is, it's staying. You've already done the math.
Oh, yeah. You're making a stained glass window, and it's gorgeous. I really, really enjoyed this game. Yep. You're taking different colored dice with different numbers on it, and you're trying to create patterns on your stained glass window, and there's, like, objectives that you're going for. It's light. I'm not super light, but, it's accessible. It's entry-level-ish, and it also has some strategy, and it is a great game to introduce to new people to the hobby. And I liked it a lot. And we have expansions. Yeah.
We have all the expansions. This is just one of those great grab-and-go dice-rolling games with a fantastic puzzle that always is the same format, but also always changes every time you play.
It plays in a really decent amount of time, 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. So that's our list. That's the Shelf for Sale program. Thanks for watching.
Whatever the case, whatever you do, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks.